We live now. Praises. Yo, we live. Let's give it a minute for everybody to join.
All praise to the Most High. Back again.
First Doctrine of All Time, Part 2. Continuance. We ain't done. We're going to keep this thing going through the Spirit. We're going to keep this thing going. So we're going to give it some time for everybody to join in, and then we're going to start. Give it a couple of minutes. Shabbat Shalom, by the way, family. Shabbat Shalom for everybody tuning in.
Shabbat Shalom.
Lord willing, everybody's having a blessed Sabbath. Very restful, edifying, holy, righteous Sabbath. Shalom to everybody. It's going to be a good one, bro. Lord's will.
Okay.
Shalom. We're going to start in a couple of more seconds. Let's give it some more time for everybody to come in. Latasha LeGrand, Shalom, family. How you doing? So, like I said, it's going to be a continuance from the first one we did, the worst doctrine of all time. We're pretty much going to pick up where we left off from and just go from there. So, like I said, we're going to give it a few moments, then we're going to start. So, definitely tune in. Definitely tune in because it's going to be a good one. The Lord's will. Zeke on, Shalom, Zeke, Shalom.
Sneaky Zeke.
Sneaky Zeke. Praises. Shalom. Oh, man. How you doing, brother? How your Sabbath going? All right. Con. Con. All right. All good. All praises. All praise to the Most High.
Zeke be all nonchalant with it.
God. So, like I said before, as y'all can see, this is the part 2 of the worst doctrine of all time. It says, serve y'all only. You gotta go. We're not doing this right now. We're not doing this. You gotta go. Let's get him out. You already starting coming in talking about y'all only. But
all off topic.
Off topic. But Salaki, like I said before, this is the part 2 of the worst doctrine of all time. So in the previous lesson, we showed y'all how the wicked will not be reborn, will not be saved and heard, whatever you want to call it, into the kingdom of heaven. That was the first part. Now,
and that doctrine got electrocuted through the Spirit.
Absolutely.
Electrocuted.
Absolutely. So that's without a shadow of a doubt. The wicked's not getting it. So now in this part, the question is,
where did they go?
So let's find out. So let's get the book of Isaiah, chapter 33 and verse 14. The book of Isaiah, chapter 33 and verse 14.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 33, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
The sinners of Zion are afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Fearfulness have surprised the hypocrites.
Mm-hmm.
Who among us shall dwell with the devouring fire?
Mm-hmm.
Who among us shall dwell with everlasting burning.
So Isaiah is asking a very specific question. Who among us shall dwell in what? Read that part again, brother.
Who among us shall dwell with devouring fire?
Devouring fire.
Who among us shall dwell with everlasting burning?
So everlasting burnings. What is everlasting burning? If something is everlasting, what does that mean? That's forever. Everlasting means forever. So he's asking, who's going to be in everlasting burnings? Why? Because remember, who was he talking to or talking about? Talking about the sinners of Zion, the wicked of our people, the wicked of Israel. That's who he's talking about. Who's going to dwell in the everlasting fire? You got a precept you want to bring up?
Nah.
Come on. So let's find out. Let's find out. But first, let's get this real quick. Let's get the book of Matthew chapter 10 and verse 28. Let's get this real quick because we have to understand something. This is not carnal. A lot of people take this truth and turn it to something carnal, but we understand this thing is spiritual. It's eternal. So let's get that real quick.
Book of Matthew chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul.
So pause right there real quick. So Christ, the Mashiach, he's saying, don't fear them. Don't fear man, because they're going to only kill your body. After they kill your body, they can't do nothing else to you. But read on.
But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
You see that? He's saying, but fear the one that can both destroy your body and your soul. Why? Because the soul is eternal, the soul is everlasting. So he's saying to fear him that has the power, the ability to kill your body and soul, and what? He said in hell. That's the everlasting burnings that Isaiah was talking about. He was talking about that place of hell, that place of torment for the wicked of our people.
So again, and fear not them which kill the body. Esau can only do what to us?
Kill the flesh.
He can only kill the flesh. He can kill your body. He was given a sword. He was given bombs, which is still the sword. You know what I'm saying? But he's only able to kill your body. So that's why we're not supposed to be afraid of man. Then it says, but are not able to kill the soul. So he can't kill the soul. It's a separation between the soul and the body right here. But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Okay? So if we go by the popular doctrine that there is no place of eternal damnation, no place of punishment, no real true lake of fire, how the Bible explains it, right? Then that means that our fear is really still on the same level as the white man. That's retarded.
So that means that the Most High power goes as far as to what Esau can do.
And that's all he can do.
That's it. He can't touch it, so he can't destroy that.
That's every idle word.
But Christ said what? Look, don't fear man that can do that, but fear the Most High that can destroy your soul and your body. Your soul is in the palm of the Most High hands. He can do whatever he wants to that soul. So the wicked that's going to get destroyed in the hellfire, that's the Most High's wrath.
Right.
That's the Most High's pure wrath. In that day, people are going to really see his power and his wrath in that time. What you got?
Book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 4. And I say unto you, my friends, be not afraid of them that kill the body, and after that have no more that they can do. So it's making it more clear. Verse 5. But I will forewarn you whom ye shall fear. Fear him which after he have killed have power to cast into hell. Yea, I say unto you, fear him. So
look, right now, here's the doctrine. And this is why we say this is the worst doctrine of all time. The doctrine is that hell is nothing but America burning. The
lake of fire.
Right, I was gonna say the lake of fire is nothing but America burning. So when you getting beamed up in chariots and you're looking down, it looks like Hey, it looks like a lake of fire when you're looking down from the chariots. What type of madness is that?
The scripture said that.
What scripture says that? So that's the doctrine. The lake of fire is America burning, and it look like a lake.
Hey, look, non-believers say the darndest things.
They say the darndest things. So that's the doctrine. That's the hellfire in the lake of fire is nuclear bombs. So the Most High's full wrath is pure indignation without mixture is reduced to nothing but a nuclear bomb. Are you serious?
No.
Come on now. Let's get Matthew real quick.
No.
Matthew 13:24.
God.
How's that showing you getting cast to a fire if you get hit with a bomb?
Hey, look, I was about to say that, but I was going to wait until we actually pulled that scripture. Because this is bad, bro.
Like, you have to really understand and listen to what people are saying. The lake of fire is a bomb that's coming down on America. So, okay, if I'm dead before that happens, then what? I'll just be reborn to the kingdom of heaven. So I can skip out on the lake of fire, which is the bombs hitting America, and be reborn back to the kingdom. Nonsense. The Bible calls that damnable heresies. It's a damnable heresy.
It's pure folly.
It's pure folly.
It's pure folly. It's popular folly, but it's 100% pure folly. It's concentrated folly. What you want?
Matthew chapter 13, verse 24.
24? Book of Matthew chapter 13, verse 24. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. And
look, real quick, Salakia, we're going to see that there's a common theme when we read the parables of Yahweh Shah. That's one thing a lot of people don't want to deal with. It's the parables, because he make it clear about the people, the wicked and the righteous, the end of the world, and their destination. So we're going to bring these parables out and show you what Christ said himself, not what man says, but the Son of the Most High. We're going to bring it up.
Verse 25. I'll start at 24 one more time. And another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up, he brought forth fruit. Then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then hath it tares? He said unto them, an enemy have done this. The servant said unto him, Will thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them.
And the reason why he's saying this is because if you Google like wheat and tares, they look exactly the same. They look almost identical. So when you're doing like husbandry in agriculture, you have to wait till they both fully grown up so you can identify what's what. Because if you do it too early, you may get the wheat as well. But go ahead.
Come
on, verse 30.
Verse 29. But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Verse 30. Let both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn.
Why? Because you don't want the tares. Are you going to keep the tares and save it for later on? You're getting rid of it. That's the parable. Jump down to verse 37.
Verse 37. He answered and said unto them, He that sowed the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom.
It says what?
The good seed are the children of the kingdom.
The good seed, which is the wheat, that's the children of the kingdom. Those who are going to inherit the glory, the promises. Keep going.
But the tares are the children of the wicked one.
Oh, they the children of the kingdom?
The children of the wicked one.
They are of the wicked one.
Ye are of your father, the devil.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. It's that simple. Verse 39. You want 39? Verse 39, the enemy that sold them is the devil. You of your father, the devil.
Exactly.
The harvest is the end of the world.
The harvest is the end of the world, the very end. Keep going.
And the reapers are the angels.
The reapers are the angels. Why? Because Christ and the Most High is going to send the angels to gather his children, his people. You know?
As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire.
It says what?
And therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire.
So the tares, the children of the wicked, they're going to be gathered together and thrown into the fire. What's the fire he's talking about? It's that lake of fire, the hellfire at the end of the world. Keep going.
So shall it be in the end of this world.
Exactly. Read on.
The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and them which do iniquity, and shall cast them into a furnace of fire.
He's going to do what?
Cast them into a furnace of fire.
No, he's going to save them and allow them to come back later on.
He shall cast them, and shall cast them into a furnace of fire.
He's going to burn them up severely. That's showing you that these wicked people, which are these tares, are going to get burned up in the furnace of fire. That's out of Christ's own mouth. Not once do we see Christ saying that the wicked is going to somehow come back and be reborn. He never once said that at all in any of the scriptures. Keep going.
What was that?
Verse 42.
Verse 42. Let's read that one more time. And shall cast them into a furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth.
That's pain. When you gnashing your teeth and you wailing, you crying, you sorrowing. That's pain. That is pure pain. Read on.
Verse 43. Then shall the righteous shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Who have ears to hear, let him hear.
Who that can understand, let him understand. Why? Because sadly, everybody can't get this understanding. They deaf in ears and hearing, and they blind in seeing. And that's why you have these crazy doctrines saying that, oh, the lake of fire ain't real, hell ain't real. The wicked still going to get it because they can't even understand the simple things because they don't have ears to hear. So let's get the book of 2 Esdras real quick. Let's get that.
What you want?
Chapter 7, verse 54.
Book of 2 Esdras, chapter 7, verse 54.
It's like a 47.
Verse 47. What you want? For what profit is it for men now in this present time to live in heaviness, and after death to look for punishment?
You see that? Esdras saying, what's the point of going through this world struggling, tribulation? You're going through all this temptation, you dealing with all this stress. What's the point of going through all this, not keeping the Most High commandments, still being wicked, just to die and look for punishment? What's the point of that? Because once you die, there's a judgment. And if you found guilty of not keeping the Most High commandments, you'll be punished. There's punishments. Jump to verse 56.
Verse 56. For while we lived and committed iniquity, we consider not that we should begin to suffer for it after death.
It says what?
We should begin to suffer for. We consider not that we should begin to suffer for it after death.
So while we live and commit iniquity, we don't think about the consequences. We don't think about the outcome of our sin. So because we don't think about that, we don't understand that you got to pay for that, and you're going to, excuse me, you're going to pay for that after death. Now, it didn't say the it didn't say you're going to die and then come back on the earth and then you serve your punishment. It don't say that. It don't say that at all. After death, when you get judged, then you're going to pay for that.
Like it was just a common thing. Everybody knew we're going to just do what we want to do, and we're going to come back. We get it right in the next life. All right.
That's not in the Bible. Like I said before, that's damnable heresy. And because of that, this became the popular doctrine.
Right.
A lot of people, because of lack of understanding and disbelief, they subscribe to this doctrine. And
well, it was the best too.
Right, it feels the best. That's why scriptures say what? Prophesy us not to us right things, but prophesy smooth things, prophesy deceits. Because a lot of us, they don't want to hear this truth because it's going to hit home. This type of truth right here hits home. You can't continue to still do what you do and expect the Most High to bless you. It don't work like that. You got to pay for that. You have to pay for that. And what this thing is doing is removing the fear out of a lot of people.
You want to get that?
What? Yeah, bring it out. Bring it out. This doctrine is bringing out the fear of a lot of people. So now when they hear stuff like, oh, the lake of fire, oh, ain't no hell, the lake of fire ain't real, you still gonna get the kingdom. That's causing them to really pull back from wanting to serve the Most High or even fear the Most High. When we see all throughout the Bible, it says to fear him. Why? Because the Most High has the power over your soul and your body. He can destroy you. What you got? Wait,
I started Isaiah 30. I started verse 9. Whatever. That this is a rebellious people, lying children.
It says what?
Lying children.
It says lying children. Bringing out these lying false doctrines. The Most High knows his people. We are lying children. Read on.
Children that will not hear the law of the Lord will say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things.
Because what we're teaching right here is a right thing. We warn you and let y'all know that no, the wicked is not making it. They are going to be destroyed forever. Forever, not for a certain time or 4,000 years, but forever.
Right. It's a balance.
It's a balance, right? It's right. The same way the kingdom of heaven is forever.
Right.
That's the place for the righteous, the same as the lake of fire for the wicked. That's forever. Balance. Keep going.
Prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things.
Man, listen, ain't no lake of fire, man. You ain't gonna die for your sin. You're gonna come right back into the kingdom.
Speak unto us smooth things.
That's the smooth thing right there.
Prophesy deceits. You see?
And it's causing our people to go astray, something terrible. So now, no one's really trying to have the spirit. They're not really fighting the inward man. They're not really serving the Most High. They doing whatever they want because in their mind
they're gonna get it anyway.
They're gonna get it anyway. There's no lake of fire.
They're gonna get it anyway. And when I first came into the truth, I heard a brother on his live feed talking about, anybody teaching this, what it say in the scriptures, should be kicked out. You shouldn't even be amongst us. And me just coming in, I was like, whoa, hold up. That's what I believe. Am I tripping? Maybe I should be quiet because I just got here. This brother must know way more than me since he's been around here. See what I'm saying? The same mentality that we had in the Christian church. Just listen to the preacher. He knows everything. Don't listen to the words in the scriptures. Just listen to him. And when I began to try to reason with what he was saying, I noticed in that instant, I started to ease back on my walk and say, you know what? You taking it too serious. You taking it too serious. You know what? Calm down. Stop fighting off all of the thoughts that's in your mind, trying to fight off the wickedly inward man from the world, the old man. You know what I'm saying? And just listen to this brother right here. And it started to slowly, or quickly rather, because I kicked it off fast through the spirit. It showed me that I began to actually lose faith. I mean, not faith, but fear of the Most High. I began to lose fear of the Most High. I really feared him less because this dude just told me I'm going to get it anyway. Went back into them scriptures, read them again and said, man, this brother is tripping. This brother is tripping. That's why the scriptures tell you, let every man be a liar.
Right.
Let the Father be true. Every man. And that's why when we come on here, we reading this. We're not giving you a bunch of our own words and playing with it.
And really, because of that, a lot of people won't like it.
Right.
They're not going to like it.
Right.
And that's the same way it happened to the prophets. The prophets, the real prophets.
Right.
When they came speaking the words of the Most High, they killed them. But those false prophets, what happened to them? They was praised by men. Ooh. They was glorified. You see that?
Ooh,
so you gotta think. Everyone who's teaching this doctrine, think about the kind of status they have and the kind of praise they got. Think about that. But the one who's teaching the truth, they get cast off. So we're gonna bring it out. We're gonna bring it out in Luke chapter 6.
Book of Luke chapter 6, and we probably brought this out the last time, but let's do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Luke chapter 6, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company. All them brothers teaching what Christ taught, man, we don't want them around us, right? Don't answer his phone call, stuff like that. And shall reproach you and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake.
How they doing it now? Oh, he a bug out. They bugging out over there. They going off. That's how they doing it now.
But it's for the Son of Man's sake. Who is the Son of Man? What is he? The Word. That's for the word's sake. Rejoice ye in that day and leap for joy. Behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in the like manner did their fathers unto the prophets. So
look, for all those who understand what's going on in these scriptures, man, Christ said to leap for joy. Because your reward's the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
That's your everlasting life right there. It's in the kingdom of heaven. So keep teaching that truth, keep following that truth, and don't get deceived by these crazy doctrines out here.
And it's only going to be a few of us that's going to find it. So it's always going to be a few of us versus a whole lot of them. You did? Verse 25. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep. Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers to the false prophets.
Ooh. So destruction to those when all men shall speak well of them. So you gotta think. You have to think.
Damn.
Who's the praises. Who's the one that's teaching falsely and getting all the praise? Think about that.
Getting all the praise.
So let's keep going. Let's keep going, man. Let's get the book of Mark, chapter 9 and verse 42. Because we're going to really bring up what Christ said. We're going to bring up what Christ said himself.
You want 9:32?
9:42. Come on.
Book of Mark, chapter 9, verse 32.
42.
Verse 42. And whosoever shall offend one of these little ones that believe in me, it is better for him that a millstone will hang about his neck, and he will cast into the sea. And if thy hand offend thee, cut it off. Ooh, I know where you're going with this.
Yes, sir.
It is better for thee to enter into life maimed than having two hands to go into hell, into the fire that never shall be quenched.
No, it's going to stop for a time.
And to the fire that shall never be quenched.
So he's saying it's better to enter to life with a few of your limbs than to have your full body, both hands, and to be thrown into hell fire, a fire that shall never be quenched. Why is he saying that?
And then verse 44 say, where their worm dieth not.
Ooh, that worm means their body. Their body is never going to die. Dang, read on.
And the fire is not quenched.
So he said it twice. The fire will not be quenched at all. It's an everlasting fire. You cannot get around that. That's what Christ said. You'll be thrown into this fire forever. So it's better to enter to life with a few members than to have your whole body intact, all healthy and strong, straight into the fire. That's how bad it's going to be. Keep going. There's more on that.
Verse 45. And if thy foot offend thee, cut it off. It is better for thee to enter halt into life than having 2 feet to be cast into hell, into the fire that never shall be quenched, where their worm dieth not, and the fire is not quenched. And if thy eye offend thee, pluck it out. It is better for thee to enter into the kingdom of God with 1 eye than having 2 eyes to be cast into hellfire, where their worm dieth not, and the fire is not quenched.
And the fire is not quenched. And that's a setup for the wicked. Everything has a destination. You know, I thought about it, right? Because people say that there's no lake of fire, there's no hell, right? There's only the kingdom of heaven. So if there's only the kingdom of heaven, where do Satan and his demons go? What's gonna happen to them? Oh, they're gonna be in the kingdom too? Like, yeah, you know, I deceived you, I got you. I mean, I bet you went off.
Like we all just gonna be drinking wine, laughing. Satan, come over here, Satan. I remember when you did that. Give me some pound. You know what I'm saying? Man, y'all brothers crazy.
Because that's the logic. If there's no place for the wicked and the devil and his angels, then that has to be the place, right? That has to be the place. He's just gonna be in the kingdom talking about how he got you to go off
with a glorious garment. Blowing in the wind.
But Christ said what? That the fire is prepared for the devil and his angels.
And then you gotta be aware of simple-minded little boys that like to play games, that will read a parable like this and play with it. Is the Most High really talking about picking out your eye? If we supposed to pick out our eye? Is we supposed to cut off our whatchamacallit? No. It's basically letting you know, forsake everything so that you don't have to end up in a place like that. Of course, it's not talking about picking out your eye or cutting off your limbs. You see what I'm saying? But he letting you know the severity. Look, it's better to enter into the kingdom of heaven like this than to be cast your whole body into that lake.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? It's better to struggle with paying your bills and make it into the kingdom of heaven than for you to go try to make that quick little money. You know what I'm saying? Selling drugs or whatever. Any little evil way to make it. It's better for you to struggle and get it than for you to try to get the little quick joint and then get cast off into the lake. You see what I'm saying? So let's not play games because we grown men. We're not here to play. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a serious topic.
Serious thing, exactly.
It's a serious topic.
And that's why we got to bring this out.
But it's laughable though. It's laughable.
Yeah.
And this damnable heresy, it deserves to be laughed to a scorn. The angels is laughing at you. Come on, young. Bring it out.
I want to bring a point out you saying too about how they get simple, right? That's what they do. Go to Jude chapter 1 and verse 6, I believe. This is what they do, right? We're going to show you exactly what they do. Jude chapter 1, I believe it's verse 6 or 7. They bring it out.
Book of Jude chapter 1 verse 6. And the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he hath reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day, even as Sodom and Gomorrah, and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire.
So this is what they'll do, right? They'll say, oh, hell can't be real because Sodom and Gomorrah, if hell is real, then Sodom and Gomorrah got to be on fire still.
Talking about the people, bro.
The same way Jerusalem is referred to as a people, the same way as Sodom and Gomorrah is referred to the people that's suffering that eternal fire. See, they play these simple games knowing what it's really saying. It's not talking about the actual city, the buildings, and the streets on actual fire. No, it's talking about the people that's burning and that damn fire. It's that simple.
It's crazy.
But that's the simple mind of our people when they really don't believe. They bring a point out.
No.
Con. Con. So let's get 2 Ezra chapter 8 real quick. Let's get that again. Let's get that. That's the games they play, knowing what the scriptures really say. So 2 Ezra chapter 8. Let's get.
And that's guile.
Right, that's guile.
That's guile. Playing games, being the seafood, trying to be slick with it.
The
144 said the 144 wouldn't have guile in their mouth. It wouldn't be found in their mouth. Keep playing. Keep playing with the
That's
Father.
a fact.
Keep playing with the Father. What you want out?
Verse 56.
Book of 2 Ezra chapter 8, verse 56. But when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, thought scorn of his law, and forsook his ways.
So you have people out here who have no type of regard for the Most High. They don't care about nothing concerning his commandments, his word. They can care less. They thought scorn of his law. They hated his law. They hated his words. We had some people who even blasphemed the Holy Ghost, him and the Son. Keep going.
Moreover, they have trodden down his righteousness and said in their heart that there is no God.
You got atheists out here. They don't believe in a power or a God, you know?
Yea, and that knowing they must die. For as the things aforesaid shall receive you. For as the things aforesaid shall receive you.
What are you talking about? The things aforesaid shall receive you. That's going to be a different topic. But hold on to that precept because we're going to dig that out too. But keep going.
So thirst and pain.
It says what?
So thirst and pain.
What element caused thirst and pain?
Are prepared for them. For it was not his will that men should come to naught.
Because it's not the Most High will that his people should perish and die. Because he understands that nobody's about that life. Nobody is ready to prepare to deal with what he got coming for the wicked. They not ready for that. But like he said, it says thirst and pain are prepared for them. Meaning that fire is brewing hot for them. It's getting ready for them. Is that it on that? Keep going, verse 60.
Verse 60. But they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them, and were unthankful unto him which prepared life for them. And therefore is my judgment now at hand.
So the Most High judgment is at hand. And it's going to come. And when it comes, it's going to come hard on the non-believers, on the liars, on all the idolaters, on all the blasphemers. All these people are going to receive the judgment of the Most High once he bring that hammer down. And it ain't going to be pretty. Right, get the precept.
No, I'm
good. Let's get.
I got something in the cut, but handle your business.
Come on, let's get chapter 9.
Well, second measure.
Chapter 9, start from verse 1.
Second Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then, Salakia, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders. For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments.
It says what?
And they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments.
It says that they that forsake the Most High is going to dwell in torments. They're going to dwell in torments. Why is it saying that if everybody get in the kingdom of heaven? It's not talking about no reincarnation, you being tormented that way. Why is it saying that? Because there's something prepared on the other side. There's more on that.
Yeah, verse 10. For such as in their life have received benefits. For such as in their life have received benefits in their life, have received benefits and have not known me. And they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain.
The same's going to know it after death by pain. Break it down real quick. I'm trying to get the precept.
And we already smashed this through the power of the Rawat Kadash on the first lesson that we did about this. So nobody is coming back and getting the kingdom. You're not being reborn and coming back, and then you're going to get hit by a bus. That's not what it's talking about at all. That's not what it's talking about at all, not in the slightest way. The Most High dealing with balance. The kingdom is prepared for the righteous. The lake is prepared for the wicked. Choose you this day.
And look, right, because somebody just mentioned it. Here's the games they play again. Give me Jeremiah 17:4. Unless you got more. You got more on that?
Yeah. I'm going to take it down just for the sake of it.
Yeah, come. Because we're going to address that.
And you know, Jake is hard hitters. Sometimes you got to say it more than once. Verse 13. And therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved. Not everybody, but the righteous, whose the world is. So the world's for them, and for whom the world is created. Same thing. Verse 14. Then answered I and said, I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved. Like as a wave is greater than a drop. So the ones that's going to be saved is going to be compared to like a little drop, that first drop that come out the sky that hit you, and you're not sure if it was even really water. Versus the ones that's not going to be saved, y'all going to be like a wave. Most High willing, we not that wave. You see what I'm saying? Because it's only few that's going to make it. Come on, don't let nobody deceive you. And then another thing, I want to say this too.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. Bring it up.
Stop letting wicked men talk you out of having common sense. That's what brothers need to stop doing. You see this say it over and over and over again.
Yeah, I'm gonna deal with that too, but go ahead.
Right, you know what I'm saying? You see this over and over and over again, and you know what it is. If it wasn't for YouTubers, that's what I gotta call it at this point. It's not even servants, because it tell you every man holding these books wasn't even sent by the Most High.
They ran by and not sent them.
And you can't be a deceiver if you're not slick with it. Ooh. You see what I'm saying? You can't be a deceiver if you're not slick with it.
That's a good point.
If you don't got the ability to go here and there and there and there and there and make people laugh and play with it. You see what I'm saying? But you got to stop letting people talk you out of common sense. You read it for yourself. You understand what that's saying. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Bring it on now.
Let's deal with that common sense part too, because this where the simplicity come into play. Jeremiah 17:4. This how simple Jake get. Let's bring this out. This how real. Pay attention. This how simple they get. Knowing what the understanding is. Bring it up.
Jeremiah chapter 17. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
Is it on that? So they'll say, see that word forever? It don't really mean forever, because the Most High is not angry right now. The Most High had mercy, stupid. The Most High is so merciful, because if he don't have mercy, we will all be dead right now. The Most High, it says how the Most High in Jeremiah, how he repented from his wrath against his own people, because he don't want to do that to his people, because if he do it, it's going to be over. Yes, the Most High is angry, but when that judgment comes, that's forever. When that judgment comes, that is forever.
That's the second.
That's the second death.
That's
his full wrath.
That's his full wrath, exactly.
That's his full wrath. So when Jake start playing these games, oh, don't mean forever. Yes, it does. But give me the precept.
Just wait a minute before I get anything. Hold up, we going too fast with this, man.
Well, hold on real quick. Wait, bring it up. I got a precept.
Yes,
bring it up. I got a precept.
This is all right. Look, the Maccabees brothers, and I gotta do this every single time. These brothers had their tongue cut out, scalp pushed back, limbs cut off, boiled in the pan. You understand what I'm saying? And probably more that we didn't get to see or read for the simple. You see what I'm saying? They had to go through all of that just to get into the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Or just to get their spot established in the kingdom. You see what I'm saying? So how is you going to come and try to tell me that the Father's wrath without mixture is a bomb that's gonna come and boom, and you dead just like that.
So if I'm already dead, then I'm going to be resurrected just to see the bomb come, and I'm getting hit again. I'm gonna die. You get resurrected right when the bomb coming. You get hit with it, you die again, and that's it.
You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you. And if we go, check it right. Check it right. If we go by this folly, that's what it is. If we go by this nonsense, right? Basically, let's use this theory right here, right? If we go by this false doctrine, okay, that means that somebody is able to go outside every Sabbath day, every holy day, look to the east, get a middle fingers to the Most High, say F you, F you, F you, F you, F you, I'll never keep your laws, forget your son, forget your angels, da 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 da. You can't do a damn thing to me. I'm still gonna get your kingdom anyway, you da 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 da. He can say that every single day of his life. Get hit with that bomb and wake up and say, see, I told you. Get your ass up out of here, man. He can do that. That's what you're teaching. That's what brothers is teaching. So he can really pop that ish. Shorty, I told you. Shorty bad with it. He can pop that. You dig? He can really pop that. Because you told him he can do that. He can do that every Sabbath day. Man, I ain't never seen no scripture saying that people can do that. Mm-hmm. The Most High not born like that. It's a place for the righteous and a place for the wicked. Straight like that. And
look, to deal with that Jeremiah 17:4 about how the Most High do turn away his wrath from his people and have mercy. Give me Psalms 106 and verse 19. Just to show the minds of the simple. Because they will say, oh, forever don't really mean forever, because we'll be dead by now. Okay. Come on, you don't think the Lord's really going to do that, do you? Nigga. Yes. And then get that precept from Rock about the I got you. All praises. All praises. Right afterwards, just to show. I was tempted to when we was in Ezra. What you wanted? Psalms chapter 106 and verse 19. The book of Psalms chapter 106, verse 19. Mm-hmm. Psalm 106, verse 19. Okay. 19. Okay. Mm-hmm. They made a calf in Horeb and worshiped the molten image. Now we know the Most High do not play when it comes to worshiping and serving other gods. That's the number one commandment. He don't play when it comes to that. Keep going. Thus they changed their glory into the similitude of an ox that eateth grass. Mm-hmm. They forgot God their Savior, which had done great things in Egypt, mm-hmm. wondrous works in the land of Ham, and terrible things by the Red Sea. Mm-hmm. Therefore he said that he would destroy them. Watch this. Had not Moses, his chosen, stood before him in the breach to turn away his wrath, lest he should destroy them. Lest he should what? Lest he should destroy them. So if the Most High wrath is not turned away, then all of Israel will be destroyed. But guess what? They still died. They still got destroyed. Now, in that end, in the final judgment, you're going to see the fullness of his wrath. You're going to see the fullness of his wrath. So this is the place for the wicked. That is the place for the wicked who do not keep the Most High commandments. Let me get another precept on that. Classic precept in Revelation, chapter 20. It says, start from verse 9. It says, and they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about and the beloved city, and fire came down from God out of heaven and devoured them. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. That day and night is forever and ever, meaning it's never ending. It's infinite. There's no time on it. The Most High is going to bring that to people, to the deceivers, to the false prophets, and to the devils. The Most High's not playing with near soul. Verse 11, and I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were open. And another book was opened, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged every man according to their works. So every single man is going to be judged according to their works, whether if it's good or if it's evil. Verse 14, it says, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire, This is the second death, and whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. So there's no way to get around this. Your judgment is, if your name is not found written in the book of life, it is all over for you. It's a wrap for you.
I'm tired of killing false doctrine. I'm tired of killing false doctrine.
God, man.
It's making me cry.
It's ridiculous.
It's making me sad. Come on, man.
It's a shame you gotta do this.
Come on, man.
It's a shame you gotta do this because this is simple stuff.
Basic.
This is so basic. But that's what happens when you got tares among the people.
Right. And the tares is gonna confuse the people.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The tares is gonna confuse the people. And if you're not strong enough, you're gonna have people that's afraid of them. Like you knew this the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Now let me teach everything else, but not touch on this because then they're not gonna like me. Mm-hmm. They're not gonna be my friend anymore. Man, the hell with them niggas. Excuse the language, but that's not important. Mm-hmm. You're gonna mess around and get judged with them.
And be in the same place with them.
You're gonna mess around and get judged with them and be in the same place with them. You know what I'm saying? Because look, right, I'm gonna keep it G with you. I'm gonna keep it straight 100. Look, all real men, all thorough men want to be a part of the 144. You know what I'm saying? We all want to be a part of the 144. We all want to be a part of that. You see what I mean? But if you're not going to war for a Mashiach Yahushua right now, you scared to go to war for a Mashiach Yahushua right now? What make you think when he come back, he gonna come and scoop you up and make you a part of his army to go to war then? He coming back for the one that was already going to war. That's his army. You see what I'm saying? If you know these things, man, teach it. Keep it 100. You see? Keep it 100. Teach the truth. Don't let nobody silence you. And don't let nobody convince you otherwise. Because you see it right here. You see it right here in the scripts. Come on. Mm-hmm. Let me pull a joint real quick.
Got it.
Because I was walking away. It sounded like you pulled Revelation 20, right?
Yes, sir.
That's all you pulled?
Yes, sir.
Hold on. Let me do my little.
Come on, bring it up.
This and that. Hold on. Let's get it. So Revelation chapter 14. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, and in their mouth was found no guile. That's what we were talking about earlier. Mm-hmm. It ain't no deceit. Ain't nobody playing with this. We reading this word for word. And they're breaking it down. And it's showing forth common sense. Okay? This the Rawak right here. It says, for they are without fault before the throne of God. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, saying with a loud voice, fear God and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters. Verse 8, and there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Verse 9, And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. Mm-hmm. Now, that's saying if you receive the mark of the beast, don't let them put that RFID chip inside of you to where you can't buy or sell, right? There's people out here teaching that you can take the mark of the beast and still repent. But let's see what it say, because it just said, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture. So this is potent. There's no chaser with this, into the cup of his indignation. Let's see what the Father's wrath is. It says, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever. And they have no rest, day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. That's day and night. Come on, dog. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever. Now, when we read other scriptures, like the one in Daniel, could you grab that real quick? Mm-hmm. Grab that joint real quick. Prophesy unto us smooth things, right? When we hear about the kingdom of heaven, what do brothers do? When they talk about the kingdom of heaven, and then they say forever, forever, ever, forever, ever, they get happy. They know that's forever, because that's what we want. But when they talk about the wicked being destroyed forever, Jake say, nah, it ain't really talking about that. You see what I'm saying? It ain't really talking about that.
Oh no! Oh, now it ain't real now.
You know what I'm saying?
Now that's false. Okay.
Right. You playing with this. And you don't got no business with it in your hands in the first place. Read.
Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered. Every one that shall be found written in the book
of life. That's the book of life. Only ones getting delivered is the ones written in the book of life. Come on, read.
Verse 2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. So there's going to be a resurrection of the just and of the wicked. The one that's righteous, the righteous people, are going to raise to everlasting life. But the others to everlasting damnation, weeping and gnashing of teeth. That's that lake of fire that's waiting for the wicked. No. So Daniel is showing you that there's a separation that's going to happen. We all not going to be in one place at the forever at the same time. It's not happening. What you going to say?
Now, that's fire too. He didn't even put a precept that I wanted, and it still cut the doctrine. Because the whole Bible is against this crap. Mm-hmm. The precept I wanted in Daniel was Daniel 7 and 18, where it says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. And when you go to Revelation 14, on the flip side, it's talking about the wicked in the lake of fire. It says, and the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever. And they have no rest, day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name.
Put the wrong one.
Huh?
I said I put the wrong one.
You can't put the wrong one. You know what
I'm saying?
Because the whole Bible is against this. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Come on, dog. So when we read the good news, it's, oh yeah, that's forever. Then you read the bad news about grandma and auntie and your little siblings not making it. Now it's a problem. Mm-hmm. Oh, they not going to get it. Come on, bro. Mm-hmm. You don't really want to teach this word.
You can't believe in half of it.
You just playing with it.
You can't believe in half of the book, man. Look, get that one to Sirach real quick, because we got to show them why the Most High is so merciful.
Yeah.
We have to show them. Like I said, it's sad we got to do this. This is sad. Yeah. This is sad.
It's sad that we got to do this, But all praise to the Most High for anybody that can receive this. So don't take it like we trying to get on you, but it's deceivers out here that's trying to throw you off, led by spirits that's trying to throw you off. Let me say it like that. So this is Sirach chapter 18, verse 9. It says, the number of a man's days at the most are 100 years, as a drop of water unto the sea, and a gravel stone in comparison of the sand, so are 1,000 years to the days of eternity.
So real quick, so just imagine how a drop represents 1,000 years compared to that wave. You know how many drops of water is going to take to make up that wave? And that little small gravel stone, that little sand, that little rock, it's 1,000 years to the whole beach.
Look, and guess what? It didn't even say wave. It said a drop of water unto the sea.
Pooh, to the sea. That's even worse.
That's even worse.
That's even worse.
That's the whole sea.
That's eternity.
So that drop represents 1,000 years. Come on.
Compared to the whole sea.
And the sea is damn near ever.
It's infinite.
It's infinite. Think about how deep it is. You see, we ain't even just talking surface level. We can't even go all the way down there.
That's ridiculous.
And guess what I'm reading? The Bible. Okay? I'm reading straight out the book. I ain't gotta, come on, young. I ain't gotta do all that. You feel me? Let's read it one more time. Right? This is Sirach 18 and 10. Highlight this. It says, as a drop of water unto the sea, and a gravel stone in comparison of the sand, so are 1,000 years to the days of eternity. Therefore, meaning because of that, therefore is God patient with them.
He's what?
Therefore is God patient with them.
Look, you messed up. Try again. Get it right. Get it right. You messed up again? Come on, get it right. Keep
Come
going.
on, son, I need you to get it right.
You messed up.
You're not built for what you're not built for that.
God, keep going.
Therefore is God patient with them and pour forth his mercy upon them. He saw and perceived their end to be evil. Therefore he multiplied his compassion.
So he knows exactly what's coming. That's why he's so merciful and so compassionate.
It's clear as day. It's clear as day.
It's clear, man.
It's clear as day. Keep playing with this word. You're going to get burnt up with your favorite YouTuber.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? just it's that simple. You always wanted to meet him. You're going to meet him. You're going to be with him. You're going to meet him, yo. You know what I'm saying? Most High, Most High forbid.
Oh,
Most High forbid. Oh, I'm telling you, brothers and y'all little shorties out there too, y'all sisters, stop playing with this word. Stop playing with this word. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing with this word.
Because that judgment, boy, I'm telling you, is no joke. Look, you got a preset? Because I got one. You're going to bring one up.
See, I was about to go back to your house. I look like you already.
Yep. Spirit, go ahead, bring it up.
About your thing.
Man, let's get Matthew 25 and verse 31. Let's get that.
You going to the let's see where to go?
Yes, sir. Man. Yes, sir.
That's the spirit. That's the Wawa.
That's the spirit, man. We're going to do that.
That's the Wawa. See. All praises.
Matter of fact, we dealing with parables, man. Let's get verse 14. Then we're going to get that.
Okay. We can do that.
We bringing out his parables. And then we're going to get we want to get, say the best one for last.
Oh, man.
Yes, sir.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes, sir.
I know what you're talking about.
25.
We're going to read the whole thing.
We're going to read the whole thing.
We'll give all the praise.
Go ahead, bring it out, King.
All right. So this is Matthew chapter 25, verse 14. For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents. And likewise, he that had received 2, he also gained other 2. But he that received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. After a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. So he got 10 talents. He was balling. Pockets fat.
He was doing the work.
He was doing that. The true word, talking that truth. Verse 21, his Lord said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord.
So enter now to the joy of the Lord, which is the kingdom. Keep going.
He also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents besides them. His Lord said unto him, well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art a hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine. His Lord answered and said unto him, thou wicked and slothful servant.
He called him a wicked and a slothful servant. So not only was he wasn't doing the work, but he was wicked because he didn't do what his Lord told him to do. Read on.
Thou knewest that I reap where I sow not, and gather where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchanger, and then at my coming I should have received mine own with usury.
So we seeing the reward of the faithful servants. He said, come and enter into the joy of the Lord. Now we're going to see the reward of that slothful and wicked servant. Keep going.
Take therefore the talent from him and give it unto him which hath 10 talents. For every one that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that have not shall be taken away even that which he hath. And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness.
Into what?
Into outer darkness.
No, he's going to come into the joy of his Lord.
Into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
So why is it that we see that Christ is saying the faithful servants are going to receive the joy of his Lord, but the unprofitable and wicked servant is going to be cast into outer darkness where there's weeping and gnashing of teeth? Why is he saying that if there's no outer darkness or no place for punishment for a wicked and slothful servant? Why is that? Is Christ lying? Or are these people that's teaching the heresies that's lying? Let's get more.
And look, and I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100. The men teaching this, they gonna be judged for this.
Exactly.
Straight up. Why would I say that? Because when you get to teaching this, just how I said in the last video, you prophesying. All right, and all the little ones that want to follow and cheer it on and all this, you gonna get judged too. You gonna be right with Shorty. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get judged too. You gonna get the same thing he got.
Put them in the black box.
You gonna put him in the black box. You heard me? I'm trying to tell you. I died, and now I'm here. You're gonna wake up in a place of torment, in the lake. Everybody's so scared to say that. Let these Lord, come on.
Yo, let's get verse 31.
You know what I'm saying? Real tough. Verse 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another.
So it's going to be a great separation, one from another, right? Keep going.
As a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats, and he shall set the sheep on his right, but the goats on the left. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand.
No, he's going to say to all of them.
Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand.
He's telling a certain group, which on the right hand, he's going to tell them what?
It says, then shall the king say unto them on his right hand,
what are you going to tell them?
Come, ye blessed of my father, and heard the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
So we can really stop right there, because he didn't say that to everybody. Only those on his right hand. Come into the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
Prepared for you.
For you, exactly.
Look right, look right, look right. And you know what Jake do, right? When we show him that the kingdom is for Israel, Jake know the context. See, it said for Zion.
Right,
it said
right,
for Jacob.
right.
It said for Israel. And Jacob beat it to death. It ain't say nothing about Esau. It ain't say nothing about Ham. It ain't say this, that, and the third. But guess what? Now you getting beat on with the same weapon you used to use on them. Because you're not applying the context. So like he said, we can really stop right there. Prepare for you. You see what I'm saying? Verse 35. For I was an hungered, and ye gave me meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me in. Naked, and ye clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and ye came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee an hungered, and fed thee, or thirsty, and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger, and took thee in, or naked, and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick, or in prison, and came unto thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, and as much as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me. Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand.
So now he's getting to the left hand. What are you going to say to those on the left?
Depart from me.
He says, what?
Depart from me.
No, come into the kingdom.
Depart from me. Ye cursed, into everlasting fire.
No, temporary fire.
Into everlasting fire.
Nuclear bombs.
Into everlasting fire. Prepared for the devil and his angels.
Prepared for the devil and his angels. So guess what? All those little demons, Satan and his little minions, they're getting thrown in there too. They're getting thrown in there too. Keep going.
For I was an hungered, and ye gave me no meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me not in. Naked, and ye clothed me not. Sick and in prison, and ye visited me not. Then shall they also answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee in hunger, or thirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto thee? Then shall he answer them, saying, Verily I say unto you, and as much as ye did it not to one of the least of these, ye did it not to me. And these shall go away into everlasting punishment.
Oh my goodness.
But the righteous into life eternal.
That's a clear
Stop
separation.
Playing. Stop playing. One more time.
One more time.
It's like when you step on that spider, you don't just step on them once. You got to step on them a couple times. You got to make sure you
overkill.
Twist the foot. I'm gonna step. This is us stepping on this doctrine twice. Verse 46. And these, meaning the people, shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into life eternal. The whole Bible is electrocuting this doctrine right now.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. And guess what Jake do, right? Look, and I want y'all to try this. Ask one of these brothers that teach this garbage, right? Read this verse to them and say, look, it says, and these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into life eternal. So how long is everlasting punishment and how long is life eternal? And only one of those answers is going to be eternal. It's going to be the good thing that he wanted to be. And guess what? Give me Proverbs 13, right? Guess what? Whoso despises the word. You see? Because guess what? When brothers do that, that's them despising the word. And who is the word? Hamashiach Yahushua. You despise Yahushua. Not even bold enough to teach the truth. But you will sit around and play. It might be 13 and 13. It just might be.
Is it? So Proverbs chapter 13, verse 13. Whoso despiseth the word.
Whoso despiseth the word. This is the word. This is the word. This is the word. Read.
Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed. But he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded.
Exactly. And that's a separation too.
That's a
separation. I wasn't even trying to go there, but it's everywhere. The Most High dealing with balance. You see what I'm saying? But we the bug outs. You see what I'm saying? When I say we, I'm talking about everybody that got this understanding. Everybody that's coming teaching the correct understanding, keeping it simple, reading the scriptures and believing the scriptures. You see what I'm saying?
And even the whole balance understanding is wrong, but
it's wrong. It's wrong. And brothers hate this part so much. They try to switch the joint, talking about that's not just talking about Israel. That's talking about Israel and Esau and all of them. Well, if Esau and the other nations was never going to inherit the kingdom, then why would he have to even explain it to them? As if they had a chance to inherit something that was given to us. You see?
And because of that, they're just going to confound it.
Right.
The first is confounded because he's talking about Jacob and Esau.
You know what I'm saying? First,
he's confounded.
Hey, look, man, look. Ye do err not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of God. You see what I'm saying? And that's just the truth. That's just the truth. You see what I'm saying?
Look, let's get another one. Let's get another one real quick. In John chapter 5, verse 20.
Oh, brother, we can go all night. We go all day with this joint, dog. Hey, that's an insider. That's an insider. But, you know, we can go all day with this. Come on.
Look, I'll read it. This is John chapter 5, verse 28. It says, marvel not at this, for the hour is coming, in the which all that are in the graves, meaning those that are dead, those that are in the graves shall hear a voice and shall come forth. They that have done good unto the resurrection of life. So those that were righteous is going to get everlasting life. And they that have done evil unto the resurrection of damnation. It's saying the same exact thing. Now, at this point, it's overkill.
Read that last one one more time.
Come on, verse 29.
I want to spike that one more time.
It says, and shall come forth they that have done good unto the resurrection of life.
They that have done good unto the resurrection of life.
And they that have done evil unto the resurrection of damnation.
Damnation. One more time. You gotta do this one more time.
Verse 29. And shall come forth they that have done good unto the resurrection of life. And they that have done evil unto the resurrection of damnation.
And here we gonna do this one more time with this. Daniel 12. I'm gonna start at verse 1 for you one more time. And at that time Michael shall stand. Then at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was, since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
No around it. It's saying the exact same thing.
There's no getting around that. You see what I'm saying? Brothers, hey, look, that's precept upon precept.
Exactly.
That's precept upon precept. All of this is precept upon precept. Back to back.
Saying the same thing.
We ain't got to play with the joint.
Taking out of context.
Taking everything and doing this, that, and the third. And then trying to make it seem like it's so deep. But see, brother, you don't understand. This is me. This is this, then the third. And then you be over there feeling all like, damn, I guess this dude is smart. No, it's not saying nothing like that. You had it right the first time. You had it right the first time. Come on.
Can we get the banger? Can we get the banger?
Hold on. Let me get something before we get the banger.
Let's get it.
Let me get something before we get the banger. All right.
You know what? I want to address something they use too when you get that precept, because it's something that Job they use as a cop out. I don't know why they use it. It don't support nothing, but it's a cop out to say how it's not a real place. So I want to deal with that as well.
Okay.
For the people. It's for the people.
And look right. This is like the main doctrine that a lot of people like to teach. When you get little youngins coming in the truth, they only been in the truth 2-3 days. They see their favorite teacher teach it, now they want to teach it. It's sad. This is the classic, Jeremiah 23. Woe means death and destruction. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people, ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith the Lord. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of brothers come in this truth, and they start off knowing what it is. They start off knowing if I don't make it, there's a place for me. But then they meet somebody that prophesy onto them smooth things, and it's like, you know what? Let me just fall back. Let me fall back. I can still do this, that, and the third, and still pretty much be the old man. You see what I'm saying? And that's destroying his fold. What the part that I want? Where it said, if you would have taught them my word. Where is that in 23? Hold on. Here you go. I got it. It says, the anger of the Lord shall not return until he have executed, until he have performed the thoughts of his heart. In the latter days ye shall consider it perfectly. I have not sent these prophets, yet they ran. So like I said earlier, everybody not sent from the Most High. You'll see a lot of people holding Bibles. And when we first come into the truth, what do we naturally think about when we first hear it? We think about the Christian church. We think about the Christian church. We think about the Baptist. We think about Seventh-day Adventists, Jehovah's Witness. And that's all we see. And we blinded because we think Satan then follow us into the knowledge of us knowing that we the Hebrews. Not really knowing that Satan is amongst us too. The tares are still amongst the wheat until Christ come back. You see? But like I said, I have not sent these prophets, yet they ran. I have not spoken to them, yet they prophesied. It's like, where did y'all even get this teaching from? Verse 22. But if they had stood in my counsel and had caused my people to hear my words, then they should have turned them from their evil way and from the evil of their doing. You see what I'm saying? So when you teach somebody, you still gonna get the kingdom anyway. Ain't nobody really about to thoroughly cleanse themselves. For what? I'm gonna see you on the next trip.
Right.
I'm gonna see you on the next trip, and especially the viewers from thousands of miles away. So check it like this. I might have said this on the last video, but I'm gonna say it again. I've been in videos in the past that have accumulated views, 100,000 views, 200,000 views. Been a video of 50,000 views. But let's just say a video get 100K, right? Matter of fact, did I say this in the last video?
No, you didn't.
Okay, con. So check this, right? Let's say 150K. Let's say it's a video 150K, right? 150,000 people is watching. And let's just say hypothetically, that man in that video just taught 150,000 people that you're going to get the kingdom anyway. Whew. So if you was anything like me before the truth, and this is just keeping it real, I'm not glorifying folly, but when I first came into the knowledge of this truth before I repented, I was binge watching and I would roll up, spark up, and I'm watching. I'm serious. I really would do that. This was years ago. Don't do that, but that's what I did as the old man just learning. So if you teach 150,000 people that you're going to get the kingdom anyway, that man smoking that blunt.
There's no hell, no place of punishment.
That man smoking that blunt, or that man smoking that crack rock, or that man shooting up in his veins, or that man that got that pornography problem, he going to cleave to what you just said. And that sin ain't going to never leave. And you know the worst part about that? You teach 150,000 people something like that, you know what they're going to do? Not only is they going to stay in their sin, but they're going to tell somebody else.
So that's just double.
So if 150,000 people told one person each, you just destroyed 300,000 souls.
Just like that.
Just like that. So you're teaching things they ought not. You see what I'm saying?
Their mouth must be stopped.
Their mouth must be stopped, dog. You know what I'm saying? Come on. So you really got to think about that when you try to be extra mechanical and technical and deep with the scriptures and you just butchering it. You don't know the scriptures. Stick with the curses.
Look, watch this. Here's a precept to that. You should bring up verse 16 and 17.
Hold on. No, bring it out.
It say, thus said the Lord of hosts, hearken not unto the words of the prophets that prophesy unto you. They make you vain. They speak a vision of their own heart and not out of the mouth of the Lord.
Right.
So they telling you what you want to hear, what they think, because they don't really believe in the Bible.
Right, exactly. And look, I might have said this on the last time, I don't know. And even if I did, I'm going to say it again. Brothers come into the truth looking up to men. And there's really nothing wrong with admiring somebody for something good that they've done. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the best at everything that I do. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with understanding it. Man, this brother, he was real good at this. But brothers come into the truth and they get to overdoing it. You see what I'm saying? To the point where you get to thinking that this man can do no wrong. He can never go off. And now you putting all your common sense on the back burner trying to be like this man, not even understanding, brother, you came in the truth with more faith than him. Because this man don't even really believe in the words in the Bible like how you did. And you know what he doing? He making you just like him.
Twice spoke the child of hell to themselves.
And you got to pull that too. You see what I'm saying? He making you just like him. Because really you had more faith than him. He was good at putting sugar on it and making it sweet and making it sound real good. And nobody comes out with straight lies. You always got to mix the lies in with the truth. So he'll show you 10, 11, 13 things that's true. And then hit you with that one thing that's just off the wall. And you're thinking, well, he was right about all this. Shoot, I gotta run with him. You know what I'm saying? But that man is going to do everything in his power. He's going to laugh at it. He's going to clown at it, try to make jokes about it. Brother, you don't think the Most High will really do this? You think God is really going to do this? And then you get to thinking, well, I guess he was right about that. I guess I'm gonna just rock with what he's saying. Maybe he is right after all. Maybe I should just stop teaching what I've seen Christ say 1,000 times.
1,000 times.
1,000 times. And now you teaching damnable heresy just like him, not even knowing he about to be destroyed. He wasn't even sent from the Father. Come on, man. Bring that out.
I'm reading again. It says, thus said the Lord of hosts, hearken not unto the words of the prophets that prophesy unto you.
Don't listen to them. Read.
They make you vain. They speak a vision of their own heart and not out of the mouth of the Lord.
Exactly.
Verse 17. They say still unto them that despise me, the Lord hath said, ye shall have peace. You see that? The wicked still going to get it and have peace. Ye shall have peace. And they say unto everyone that walketh after the imagination of his own heart, no evil shall come upon you.
Oh my!
That's what they doing right now.
Oh my gosh!
That's exactly what they doing. The Lord's not going to do that.
You think the Most High going to do it? Come on, bro, y'all tripping.
Yup.
All right.
The Most High going to bring that evil on all y'all that believe that madness. This Bible was serious, man.
The Most High wrath. Come on, dog. It's just a bomb. That's all you want. That's the wrath without mixture. A bomb that Esau made. Nigga, you could make a bomb. You understand? You could make a bomb. You could research on how to do that, get the materials and do that, and then you can say, shoot, I got the same wrath as the Father. You see what I'm saying? Why should you be scared of him? This is retarded. This is retarded.
So wait a minute. How did he destroy Sodom and Gomorrah? Was his bombs back then?
Fire and brimstone.
It was bombs back then in Sodom and Gomorrah. He destroyed it.
Sad.
With his full wrath, man.
Sad.
Come on now.
It's sad. Talking about, yeah. How you gonna be cast into a bomb?
How you
gonna cast you into a bomb? So you die. So that's the second death. So the father, because look, right, you get judged for according to the father. You're gonna come back and you're gonna get judged for what you did, as another person, right? You're gonna walk the earth as another person, right? Death by pain. As y'all know what death by pain. So you're gonna get hit by a bus and die, and then he's gonna say, you know what? You already died, but I gotta bring you back and throw you to the fire. I mean, matter of fact, or we could do it like this. What about the people that already died by a bomb? So you got hit by a grenade in war.
Hit with another one.
And in the most I gotta gather y'all. Hold on, let me just throw you into this one real quick.
You won't come back, but you gotta take
you won't come back, but I just gotta just do it. like a 2-year-old. He wanna build the Legos up and just nah. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. I know it gotta be somebody out there with some common sense. I know it's few of us. I know it's few of us. But it gotta be somebody with a brain. It gotta be somebody. Y'all gotta stop this. Y'all gotta stop this. I'm telling you, the real prophets, bro, the real apostles, bro, if they can hear this today, they be like, what?
They're turning their grave right now.
Shorty said, what? Man,
Oh, I want to get that Job too real quick.
Do that.
It just hit me because this what they use, like I said earlier, as a cop-out. They'll say, oh, there's no help because the wicked and the righteous all in one place. Give me Job 3 real quick. Job chapter 3. Let's start from verse 1. Let's get the full thing, the full context.
For sure.
Job 3 and verse 1.
Job chapter 3, verse 1. After this, opened Job his mouth and cursed his day. And Job spake and said, let the day perish wherein I was born, and the night in which it was said, there's a man-child conceived. Let that day be darkness.
So real quick, the context talking about Job being born on earth. Job is going through it right now. You know what I'm saying? So he's not happy with life. So the context not hell or like of nothing. Keep going.
Let not God regard it from above. Neither let the light shine upon it. Let darkness and the shadow of death stain it. Let a cloud dwell upon it. Let the blackness of the day terrify it. As for that night, let darkness seize upon it. Let it not be joined unto the days of the year. Let it not come into the number of the months. Lo, let that night be solitary. Let no joyful voice come therein. Let them curse it that curse the day, who are ready to raise up their morning. Let the stars of the twilight therefore be dark. Let it look for light, but have none. Neither let it see the dawning of the day, because it shut not of the doors of my mother's womb, nor hid sorrow from mine eyes. Why did I not from the womb?
So Job asking why he you got it.
Like, why died I not from the womb?
So he asking why he didn't die before he came out the womb. Read on.
Why did I not give up the ghost when I came out of the belly?
So he's talking about death. Job is speaking on death right now, physical death. Read on.
Why did the knees prevent me? Or why the breast that I should suck? But now should I have lain still and been quiet. I should have slept then and had been at rest.
Right, talking about physical death. Read on.
With kings and counselors of the earth, which build desolate places for themselves. Or with princes that had gold, who filled their houses with silver. Or as in hidden untimely birth, I had not been, as infants which never saw light. There the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary be at rest.
What do you mean by there? If you're dying and you get put where? You get put in the ground. You get buried. There, it says what?
There the wicked cease from troubling.
Why?
Because if you got that, look. For those, just imagine it. And I gotta get just a little street with you, just real quick. if you got a brother who's known for running around, kicking in doors, killing everybody, raping everybody, you know, self-defense wise, eventually somebody's going to smoke that man, and now it ceased from trouble.
So he mean tell me all this time something about being dead, so he can't do no more evil? That's it?
And this is what happens when you watch YouTube.
Yo,
let me get the precept. You ain't read none of that. Let me just highlight the precept. I want to debate now. Your show, man. You gonna do this to you guys, man. You don't even look.
He talking about the spirit world. It's not even talking about that at all. At all. He's dead in the ground. He can't do no more evil. Read on.
What was that?
Verse
17. There the wicked cease from troubling. You can't do nothing. And there the weary be at rest. There the prisoners rest together. They hear not the voice of the oppressed.
Why?
Because they dead.
Because they dead.
Come on, son. Come on.
Verse 19. This is simple, man. It's simple. It's not hard, people. Man, read the Bible.
The false prophets that made such a mess that the Father got to send the true servants to clean it up now. We got to clean all of this up. All praise to the Most High. Because I could have been lost. Verse 19. The small and great are there, and the servant is free from his master.
Keep going. We're going to read all that. It stopped right there. You're going to read all of it.
Wherefore is light given to him that is in misery,
right?
And life unto the bitter in soul, which long for death,
right?
But it cometh not, and dig for it more than for hid treasure, which rejoice exceedingly, and are glad when they can find the grave.
That's
like it. When they can find the grave.
That's it. The whole context is him talking about the grave. That is the entire context of what Joe was talking about. So now go back and watch them videos on how they chop this up and say, let's talk about the spirit world. No, brother. It's talking about the grave. That is it. Nothing more, nothing less. So I had to address that real quick. So you won't get deceived by the twisting of scriptures, basically. So we gotta bring it up for the last one.
Man,
Luke 16.
Man, I wanted you to bring out that.
The Luke 16.
Go into a couple of these words. Hell means the grave. There's multiple definitions of the word hell.
I actually put that in the link. I put it in the link to the other video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so by the end of the video, it's gonna be a link to 2 other videos I did explaining all that, like going in more in depth and details, explaining everything.
Because I don't like just playing offense. I like playing defense too. So you know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to pretty much show y'all that everything that they throw at y'all to confuse y'all, it's an answer for that. It's an answer for everything. See?
Yep.
What you want to do?
Luke 16:19. We're gonna read the whole thing. So yeah, like I said, for what he's talking about, the definitions of hell and grave, things like that, I put 2 videos I did a while ago in the description. So if you want to check it out, definitely watch that for more edification. So, but here's the banger right here, though. This is what they run from. This parable right here was not really a parable, but a true thing. Luke 16:19.
Luke chapter 16, verse 19. There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen, and fared sumptuously every day. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate, full of sores, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. So the beggar died and he was carried into Abraham's bosom. Again, for the in-depth breakdown of this parable, check out the description and the links in the description. It's going to break it down for you. But keep going. And then, let me start at 22 again. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. The rich man also died. So
at this point, they both did. Lazarus and the rich man, they both died at this point.
And was buried. So they both dead. Pay attention. Verse 23. And in hell.
And in what?
And in hell.
It says, now the rich man in hell.
He lift up his eyes, being in torment.
No, he's at rest.
Being in torment.
So his soul is in hell, being in torments.
And why should we fear the Most High more than men?
Because he can destroy both body and soul in hell.
Precept
upon precept.
And in hell he lift up his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off.
Just gonna explain that part too. Keep going.
And Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me.
Wait a minute. It says what?
Father Abraham, have mercy on me.
Why is he saying Father? Because look, they'll say that's talking about Jacob and Esau. Jacob is Lazarus, and the rich man's Esau. So if that's the case, why is Esau calling upon Father Abraham? Read on.
And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water.
Remember, and second that just what was it? The 8th chapter, right? It said thirst and pain are prepared for them, for people like him.
Okay. That he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue.
He's thirsty, he's burning, he's hot, he can't take it. Read on.
For I'm tormented in this flame.
Because he's being tormented in that flame, being burnt up. Read on.
But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things.
He said, what?
Remember that thou in thy lifetime.
He's saying, listen, remember when you was on earth alive, because right now he's dead. So remember, in your lifetime, you receive what?
Good, receivest thy good things. And likewise, Lazarus, evil things.
And while Lazarus was alive, he received evil things from the rich man. Read on.
But now he is comforted.
He is comforted.
And thou art tormented.
And you are being tormented. So now the tables have turned while they're both dead. Read on.
And I've seen brothers play with this and say, "Oh, so Abraham is in hell too."
Right.
It's going to explain.
It's going to explain. It's going to explain.
That's why you got to read all of it. Verse 26. And beside all this, between us and you, there is a great gulf fixed.
Pause. For those who don't know what gulf means a separation or division. A separation or division. Google the word gulf. It means separation or division. So the rich man is over here, while Lazarus is over here. And there's a great gulf in the middle. So he could see up into Abraham's bosom and vice versa. Abraham could see down into the flames. Read on.
I'm starting again. And beside all this, between us and you, there's a great gulf fixed. So that they which would pass from hence to you cannot.
Nope, they can't cross over if they wanted to.
So no, Abraham is not in fire for the simple one.
Oh my goodness.
No understanding.
You gotta read the whole thing.
No understanding at all. Bro.
Keep going.
Y'all better be careful out here.
Yep.
It says, neither can they pass to us that would come from thence. So I can't get to you, you can't get to me, even if I wanted to help.
But we can see each other though.
We can see each other, right? We gonna put that precept on that thing.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, no,
you gonna bring it out?
We got all that, right? This is prophecy. Verse 27. Then he said, I pray thee, therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house. And see, I think this might be the part where brothers like to stop reading the parable.
They'll stop reading right there. Yep.
Right there, because it cuss them. You can't play with this.
Because they'll be like, that's talking about the role reversal when Esau and slavery and Jacob on rulership in the kingdom of heaven. And
it's going to show you why it don't make sense.
Exactly.
The Bible explains itself. Verse 27. Then he said, I pray thee therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house. For I have 5 brethren, that he may testify unto them.
Pause real quick. That logic don't even make sense, because he asking Abraham to send them to his father's house where he still had 5 brothers who are still alive. So that damnable doctrine of Esau and Jacob, role reversal, don't fit at all.
It don't fit at all.
Oh my gosh.
So he said 5 Edomites too.
He said 5 Edomites.
5 Edomites. Man, y'all crazy. Well, I have 5 brethren, that he may testify unto them, lest they also come into this place of the torment.
Ooh, I thought it's not real.
Come on. Non-believers.
Non-believers. Read on.
Verse 29. Abraham saith unto him, they have Moses and the prophets.
But I thought Esau, I thought the word ain't for him.
Come on. Abraham said unto him, they have Moses and the prophets. Let them hear them. And he said, nay, Father Abraham, but if one went unto them from the dead.
Damn, from the dead. That's the key point. They are both dead. He's been tormented so much. He asked that if his brothers can they send Lazarus to his brothers so they don't come to that same place. That's how bad it is. Whew.
It says, but if one went unto them from the dead, they will repent. And he said unto him, if they hear not Moses and the prophets, neither will they be persuaded. The one rose from the dead. Because they just non-believers.
Wow.
You don't believe the word. You see what I'm saying? So this can't be Esau, because Esau, there's no salvation for Esau. He was rejected. So that cuts that too.
Alone.
You know what I'm saying? That cuts that too. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry to tell you. I want to cry too. I know how y'all feeling.
Grandma,
I know how y'all feeling. My favorite teacher, prophet.
And grandma making those pork chops and celebrating Christmas, and
I know how they feeling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You seeing your favorite teachers get body. You seeing your favorite teachers, false doctrines, get body. By not our words. Their doctrines are getting bodied by literally reading this. All you have to do is read this. That's all you got to do.
And believe
we didn't add one word to this. And now look, and before we do that, where is the publican in the center? Where is that at?
Oh, let me see.
Where is that at? Because see, people don't understand. People will say, well, that's a parable. That's a parable, right?
Wait a minute, let me look at my phone.
Hold on. We're gonna make a point. Matter of fact, before we get that, if I get this first.
Oh yeah. I get that first.
So we just racing into the precept.
Yeah.
so many places you could go. All right. So remember, it said he seen Father Abraham afar off. You know what I'm saying? It's a great gulf between us and y'all. Da 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 da. So now Abraham is not burning in the fire. Okay? And it's going to explain it. This is Isaiah chapter 66, verse 22. It says, for as the new heavens and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, saith the Lord. So shall your seed and your name remain. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, that's 1 month, and from one Sabbath to another, that's a week, that's perpetual, that's forever. It says, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith the Lord. And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of the men that had transgressed against me. So we're going to see the sinners of the Father's people every week and every month. Thus saith the Lord. I ain't write this. It says, read from the top one more time. And they shall go forth and look upon their carcasses, dead bodies, of the men that have transgressed against me, for their worm shall not die.
Wow.
Neither shall their fire be quenched.
Wow.
And they shall be an abhorring unto all flesh.
There it is. It's saying the exact same thing we just read in the parable.
Exactly.
How can you get around that? How can you twist that?
You can't get around it. You just hate this. Woo. And it's not even the people that hate it. It's the spirit that's inside of these men. If the price is, I hate them, brother. Oh, I hate them, brother.
All praise to the Most High.
All praise to the Most High.
God.
Understand? You got that joint right there?
God. Luke 18. Let me get it real quick. I'll read it for you.
God. All praise to the Most High.
Let me get this real quick. Luke chapter 18 and verse 9. And he spake this parable unto certain which trusted in themselves that they were righteous and despised of others. 2 men went up into the temple to pray, the one a Pharisee and the other a publican. The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself.
So you got the Pharisee and the publican. Read.
God, I thank thee that I am not as other men
there you go.
are extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as this publican. Hey,
well, you proud with it.
Right.
Read.
I fast twice in the week. I give tithes of all that I possess. And the publican, standing afar off, would not lift up so much as his eyes unto heaven, but smote upon his breast, saying, God, be merciful to me, a sinner.
Exactly.
I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other. For every one that exalted himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted.
Exactly. Now remember, that's a parable as well. That's a parable. Okay? That's just representing two men in the faith. You got one man that's going to take this direction, and you got another man that's going to take the other direction. That's all that is saying. So just like the parable of the rich man and Lazarus, they ain't talking about no Jacob and Esau, and Esau was looking to Father Abraham and trying to get salvation, and Abraham said, well, if they don't got Moses and the prophet, they wasn't talking about that. You see what I'm saying? It's a representation. That's why it's parabolic. It's a representation of two men. One man went the wicked way, and the other man went the righteous way. And in the end, they was both rewarded differently. That's all that is talking about. That's all that is talking about.
Most of his parables like that.
You see what I'm saying? That's all that is talking about. But when you hear that garbage, it's like, ooh, this is deep. I ain't even understand it when I sing it. And then a brother will do the same thing that they do in the Christian church. They rap to you, talk to you 2-3 hours, this, that, and the third. Going all around the world. I tell you a bunch of stuff,
but nothing.
Up in the curses, all the
thing in Genesis, the 10th chapter about the nations,
all this.
Just to talk about that.
You know what I'm saying? Turning on the news and all that. You know what I'm saying? Pokemon cards, all this. They gonna go to everything, but just read the joint. Come on, it's really simple. This is retarded. This is retarded. Yo, this is retarded. We shouldn't even have to do this. These are adults.
Oh man,
these are adults doing this.
You got more precepts you want to bring out?
I had a closing joint.
That's all I got, man.
I mean, it's overkill.
It's overkill.
It's overkill. I feel bad to do this because I feel like maybe we took this too far with reading this. You know what I'm saying? Because this cuts. The word of the Most High cuts. Sorry, I'm just playing. I'm glad that we did this. Some of my shit though. So when you go to Revelation 21, it's talking about the kingdom. Where should I start? I started
verse 1.
You want to start at verse 1?
Context, man. Can't go wrong with that.
All right, we can start at verse 1 for the sake of context. Revelation chapter 21, it says, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them and be their God. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. So when brothers try to play, when you read Daniel 12, when it says some shall wake up to the life everlasting, and some shall wake up to shame and everlasting contempt, and they look at you with that dumb look and say, well, it's talking about when the wicked is reborn into the kingdom, they're just going to feel really, really bad, and they're going to have their heads down and all of this. No, it's not going to be none of that. It says, and God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow. So that cuts you up too. Ain't nobody going to be sorrowful in the kingdom that make it. They're going to be joying, turning up, breakdancing on the roof. Who knows? But it's not going to be walking around feeling sad with some elder talking about, yeah, I remember you. You was going up and you was going up in the past life. But come on, let's go whoop on these Edomites. No, that ain't even in the scripture. That's retarded. All right, so we know the context of the kingdom of heaven. Let's just jump, man, for the sake of time.
13, verse 14, I think.
For what?
For the he that overcometh.
Oh, we can get that.
Yeah.
Call law.
Verse 7.
Verse 7. Okay, let's get that too. It says, "He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and all things, the nations, the kingdom, the mansions Yahweh Shah spoke of, and whatever else we don't understand." Okay? It says, "He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God." Who is the his? Let's use the context. The same way we use context when you're breaking down a heathen, use context with this. Use your brain. Use it. You can use it again. Okay? He that overcometh, that's what it's talking about, shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son. But the fearful and unbelieving.
It says, but. Right. There's a flip side to that.
Right. But the fearful and unbelieving brothers that hold the book and just want to teach what they like out of it, just like the Christian pastors, but you don't want to deal with the whole thing. You see what I'm saying? You're a non-believer. And I know it hurts. You're a non-believer. You understand? But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death.
True, the last book of the Bible.
Last book of the Bible. Okay? It says, shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. That lake. Verse 9. And there came unto me one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials full of the 7 last plagues, and talked with me, saying, Come hither, and I will shew thee the bride, the Lamb's wife. Okay, who is the bride? That's the righteous of Israel.
That's right.
So yeah, so that's the righteous of Israel. So you gonna marry them and marry you too? Y'all better stop playing. You understand? That's all I want on that. But let me jump to this though. Let me jump down, okay? Verse 25, it says, And the gates of it shall not be shut at all by day, for there shall be no night there, and they shall bring the glory and honor of the nation into it. Verse 27 is the point. And there shall in no wise enter into it anything that defileth, neither whatsoever worketh abomination, or maketh a lie, but they which are written in the Lamb's book of life.
Damn.
You see?
Damn.
So remember, it's talking about certain men is going to be written in the book of life, and then the other one that's not written in the book of life is getting cast off. And the only one that's going to get it is the ones written in the book of life. We're going to read it one more time. It says, And there shall in no wise enter into it, the kingdom. You won't get in, right? And there shall in no wise enter into it anything that defileth, neither whatsoever worketh abomination, or maketh a lie, but they which are written in the Lamb's book of life. If you're not written in the book of life, you won't make it. And that's it.
There's no way around that.
If me and this man ain't wrote in the book of life, we not making it.
There's no way around it.
That's just what it is. It's no way around that. So keep on playing with the scriptures and watch what happens to you.
God. So Israel, that's all we have. So please stay away from these damnable heresies that's leading our people straight to the place that these men say don't exist. Because that judgment is coming and it's going to be serious. Because that is the worst doctrine of all time.
It's the worst doctrine of all time.
The Most High is going to bring that hammer down against the wicked, and they will not get the kingdom of heaven. So, Lord willing, I hope and pray that y'all was edified. Y'all really understand and believe in this thing as it's written. So, with that being said, Brother Adriel,
and we're
going to give the Most High all the praises, all the honor for this understanding, and the glory for the truth, in the name of His Son, who we know as Yahweh Shah. And with that, we're going to close out and say Shalom.
Shalom.